In this video, we will demonstrate how to install the Juicy Crumb DockLite in a 27-inch iMac. Before we start, make sure you verify that your computer is compatible with the Juicy Crumb upgrade board. The easiest way to identify a 2011 27-inch iMac is by checking the ports on the rear of the machine. As it's the only iMac with 2 Thunderbolt ports as well as a FireWire 800 port. Once you have confirmed your iMac is compatible, you can rest it on a stable surface and begin the disassembly. Ensure the machine has been unplugged from the wall for at least 30 minutes before opening it. Before we can get inside the machine, you must first remove any installed RAM modules. This can be done by unscrewing the RAM access hatch on the bottom of the machine and pulling firmly on the black tabs until the RAM ejects. To actually get inside the iMac, you'll have to remove the front glass. To do this, you can attach 2 suction cups to the top of the display and pull gently outwards. Once the glass has been removed, you can rest it safely to one side. There are 8 T10 screws securing the LCD panel to the chassis. Carefully remove these screws and place them in a safe place for later. With the screws removed, the LCD can now be pried out. We recommend using 2 black sticks to pry from either side of the display. Once the display is separated, lift it slightly and disconnect the 4 cables visible underneath. The LCD can now be put safely to one side. Now we have full access to the internals of the machine. Please note that the iMac's power supply is now exposed. Make sure not to touch it when working on the computer, as this could lead to a serious electrical shock. Next, all of the connections on the iMac's logic board must be disconnected. There are 14 of them in total. If your iMac has never been serviced before, some cables may have tape covering them. You can also pull out the iMac's infrared sensor, which is located under the Apple logo. We'll need this for later. With everything unplugged, the 8 T10 screws securing the logic board can be removed. With a bit of prying, the logic board can be lifted. There are a few connectors on the backside that must be unplugged before you can entirely remove the board. This next step is optional, but while the iMac is open, we recommend removing the hard drive as well. Now that the logic board has been removed from the chassis, we can pass through our data cables through the portholes in the back of the machine. Pull the cables far enough so that they end approximately where the hard drive once sat. Remember the IR sensor we removed earlier? This can be mounted to the DockLite as shown. Next, reconnect the main power connector to the backside of the DockLite and lower it into place. It can now be secured with the T10 screws we removed from the original logic board. The 3 cables we ran from the rear port holes can now be plugged into the DockLite, along with all of the original connectors inside the iMac. With the DockLite installed, we can reinstall the LCD panel, lower it into place and reconnect its 4 connections. Secure it back into place using the 8 T10 screws we removed previously. The front panel glass can now be snapped back into the chassis. With everything installed, we can plug in our iMac's original power cord and run the 3 cables out of the computer's stand. Now plug those 3 cables into your computer of choice and power on the iMac using its original power button. If you did everything correctly, the iMac's display should now illuminate. The installation of the DockLite is complete, and you can now enjoy your iMac's beautiful 27-inch display as an external monitor. Don't forget to install the Juicy Link companion app so that you can easily change the brightness of your display. Alternatively, you can also change the brightness using the push buttons located behind the RAM door. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the Juicy Crumb YouTube channel to be notified of future product announcements and tutorials. If you followed the guide and are still having trouble, take a look at the troubleshooting section on our website, linked below.